Well, this is, I couldn't wait. I knew this audience was going to be good. This guest today, I could talk about this next topic for hours. When I travel, you hear me say all the time, I take advantage of using points and miles to score free flights, hotel stays, but you don't need to be an expert like Colin Matheson on travel or a frequent flyer to benefit. Here to talk all about points, miles, and more. Give it up for my buddy Kyle Potter from Thrifty Traveler.
Thanks, Jason.
Well, I tell everyone, Aaron hears me tell the audience when I do a Q&A, I mention you guys 100 times a month. I've learned from the masters. You guys are the masters. When I travel for free with points, I always credit you guys. If someone has never used points before, what's the first steps? What's the fundamentals?
You know, I think the most important thing is to start slow, because credit cards are serious business and you need credit cards in order to earn points. Now, airlines have really turned this into a financial game. You're not earning a ton of points by flying anymore. You're earning that by spending on credit cards, which means you need to start slow and you need to do it responsibly. And maybe most importantly, you need to set a goal and then work backwards. Don't just go willy-nilly into opening whichever credit card, because that might not get you where you want to go. If you want to go to Hawaii and you want to try to do it in a lie flat seat like you and Colin do, you got to figure out the best way to book that and then work your way backwards into the points that you can earn in order to book that for pennies on the dollar.
I want to touch on something that you said because I'm quoting one of your articles from, I think, 2 years ago. Delta, kind of joking, or Delta's kind of turned into a credit card company that has airplanes. I mean, they really have.
You're not wrong. I mean, they are credit card companies, not just Delta, but American, United, even Southwest, everybody. They are credit card companies and planes are their billboards. That's what it turned into. That's how they make their money. The trick is finding ways to beat them at their own game, to book these flights for a fraction of what they might otherwise charge you.
This is a big question, and tackle it however you want to, but let's generalize. Yeah. Because this changes. You guys could be writing a new article right now. It changes constantly. Right now, as we tape this show, what, in the opinion of Thrifty Traveler, is one of the best travel credit cards? Is it American Express? Is it Chase? VentureX? What are we looking at right now?
So the big answer is that it depends, and that's really unsatisfying, and I'll get to a better answer.
I know where you're going.
It's so personal because, you know, if you don't want to go to Europe, I don't want to recommend a credit card that's going to be good for the points that you would use in order to get to Europe. So it depends on your financial situation, your travel goals, all of that stuff. That said, the single best starting point now more than ever is the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, because right now it has a welcome bonus of 100,000 points. It's the third time in that card's history that we've ever seen a bonus that big, which is incredible. You can transfer those points to more than 12 different airlines and hotel chains, which gives you a ton of flexibility to redeem those points for whatever your travel goals might be. And then it comes with a lot of other great benefits, like it has a $95 annual fee. It has a $100 hotel credit where you just book a hotel through Chase Travel. It kicks in $100 towards that, and you're already coming out ahead. So that one is the clear favorite right now.
I want to parse down on that. I want to nerd out for a second, because for the average person that's never done this, I want to speak to them today. They hear 100,000 point sign-up bonus, and they're like, okay, 100,000, that sounds like a lot, but what does that mean? Back me up. 100,000 can get you a lot on a trip. Am I right on that?
Absolutely. It can get you round-trip flights for 2 to Europe. It can get you from Minneapolis to Honolulu nonstop on Delta's flights. If you time it right, you could get 2, if not 3 tickets. You can get a lot of value out of those 100,000 points, no question. I mean, we could spend the rest of the show and then some just kind of rattling off the list of amazing ways to use 100,000 points.
And I'm going to parse down on something else, and because we have found this is a big advantage too, and look at the fine print. A lot of credit cards, you have to look at the travel partners with those credit cards, because again, it's very personal. If you fly Delta a lot and you're a Marriott person, make sure you, am I right on this? Make sure you look at what you can transfer the points to, or where you can transfer the points to.
Absolutely, and it gets like endlessly complex to figure out the best transfer partner to send your points to in order to book a Delta flight or to book a United flight. Let me put it this way. I fly Delta more than any other airline. Chase does not transfer to Delta.
It does not.
But it does transfer to Air France KLM, which is a Delta partner, which means that instead of paying, and this is a real example, I did this like 2 weeks ago, instead of paying 142,000 Delta Sky Miles to fly round trip nonstop to Honolulu this winter, I booked that through Air France for 42,000 per person. So I booked my wife and I on a trip for this winter for both of us for less than one ticket.
Crazy. More with Kyle when we come back. Back in a moment, everyone. Welcome back, everybody. Kyle Potter from Thrifty Travelers here. Make sure you subscribe to the Thrifty Traveler podcast. Find it wherever you get your podcast. I want to get to a question real quick, but executive producer Jeff came up here. Another credit card that's really good. I have it too, the Venture X. That's another good one, isn't it?
Capital One Venture X. It's the same thing. It's just so easy to come out ahead on that card because it costs $395 a year. You get a ton of benefits like lounge access. Capital One's lounges, which are in now, I think, 6 airports and counting, are the best in the country. It's not even close. But it also has a $300 travel credit. So your annual fee isn't really $395. No. It's $95 with plenty of ways to make that $95 fee back.
So we talked about the benefits. For beginners, what are some of the mistakes that people can avoid? What do people do wrong when they're like, I'm going to use my points and buy a Beanie Baby? Or I mean, I mean,
buying a Beanie Baby would certainly
be a mistake.
That's a choice.
That's
a choice. You're not getting much for those on eBay anymore. I think it's really tempting to just see something like I'm going to buy a gift card to Amazon or I'm going to cash these out for a statement credit. That is very rarely the right decision. I think the biggest thing is that people sit on their points and they don't use them because it gets comfortable to see them climb, and the idea of parting with your points becomes a little bit painful. Like, I want to have that 100,000 balance. I want to have 1 million Delta Sky Miles. Those points, those miles, whatever you have, those get less valuable over time. So I would much rather people find a way to redeem them that's going to be at least halfway decent, hopefully better than that. But the worst thing that you can do is just sit on them because they're going to get less valuable over time.
Let's talk about Delta, a hub for so many Jason Show cities. Are their Sky Miles program changing? Is it changing yet again?
Yes and no. It still kind of plays by the same rules where basically the more that flight costs in cash, the more Sky Miles you're going to have to pay for it. What we've seen really over the course of the last, let's call it 3 to 4 months, is that the deals are getting much better with Delta, even though cash prices are getting higher. So we continually find these amazing deals that just conflict with that cash price. So here's 2. About a month ago, we found a Delta One suite flight from Minneapolis, from Atlanta, from Seattle, a handful of different airports across the country, not for the normal price of 400,000 Sky Miles, but 12 plus hours in a lie flat Delta One suite for 80,000 Sky Miles. That is the lowest price that we've seen in at least 8 years since I've been doing this.
That's really low, audience. That's crazy low, yeah.
And then just last week, and I want to preface this deal is no longer bookable, but the fact that it was incredible because from every airport across the country nationwide, whether you're flying nonstop or connecting through LA, you could get to Sydney, Brisbane in Australia, or Auckland for as low as 25,000 Sky Miles round trip. That is normal.
That's more than Chicago.
That is much more than Chicago and Las Vegas and Denver and New York. I mean, it's a massive list. It is truly one of the single best Sky Miles deals that we have ever found.
Yeah, there's the headline right there from Thrifty Traveler.
It's incredible. It broke our minds.
No matter when you're here, we always click through some deals. Any at the top of your head?
You want me to outdo that one?
You can't outdo that one.
No.
But I mean. But is there another one that comes to mind?
That one's on my list. That 80,000 Delta One redemption is on my list. $96 round trip to Chicago and St. Louis. A great deal just recently, nonstop to Copenhagen on the Delta nonstop here from Minneapolis for $590 round trip later this summer and into the fall. There are still good deals out there. I want to recognize that for a lot of people, flight prices have gotten really ugly.
Yeah.
And that is true. You will go look at your computer and look for a flight and be disgusted at the price you see. But if you are flexible and you can take advantage of deals like this, there are still deals out there.
Really quick, I don't know how much, Jeff, how much time do I have? Like a minute? You guys did a lot on the podcast. Again, subscribe to the podcast. It's one of my favorites. What is your thought on, you guys, Delta made a lot of headlines with their change of business class. Like, now you can get business class for cheaper, but you don't get a pillow and you have to pay to pee. And I mean, whatever it is. I mean, you know what I mean? Not necessarily that, but I mean, what is this choose your own adventure business class?
It is a price hike in disguise. So, for more than a decade now, Delta and other airlines have been selling basic economy, which is a stripped back version, unbundled, where you have to pay for seat assignments. And for some airlines, you can't even bring a carry-on board. You can only bring a backpack. Delta is taking that format and applying it to business class, which means when you used to pay $3,000, let's say, for a round trip to Europe in business class, you would be able to pick your seat. You would be able to bring 2 checked bags. You would be able to get into a Delta One lounge in cities like JFK or Seattle. Now, they're still going to charge $3,000, but that's going to be a basic business class fare, and you're going to have to pay extra if you can get any of that stuff at all. So again, this is a price hike in disguise. This is why airlines do these things.
You're evil! No, I'm joking. Yeah. Give it up for Kyle Potter, everybody. Read all of his articles at thriftytraveler.com and listen to him, like I said, on the Thrifty Traveler podcast. Like and subscribe. We'll be right back. Back in a moment, everyone. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.